Have you ever pondered the mystery of your own consciousness? It's a complex enigma that has puzzled philosophers, scientists, and thinkers for centuries. This elusive phenomenon, consciousness, is the very essence that makes us sentient beings. It shapes our reality, colors our world, and is the director behind the theater of our minds. Imagine, for a moment, the sheer complexity of consciousness. It's not just about being awake or asleep, nor is it solely about processing information or exhibiting intelligence. It's about the subjective, first-person experience. It's about the feeling of warmth in a hug, the taste of chocolate on your tongue, the melodies that stir emotions, and the thoughts that dance around in your head. These experiences, unique to each of us, are the hallmarks of consciousness. Yet despite its central role in our lives, consciousness remains one of the last unresolved mysteries in science. We still don't fully understand what is, how it works, or why it exists. It's an intricate puzzle with pieces scattered across various disciplines, from neuroscience to psychology, from philosophy to quantum physics. Consider, too, the importance of your own consciousness. It's the lens through which you perceive the world. It allows you to feel joy, sorrow, love, and fear. It lets you ponder the past, navigate the present, and dream about the future. Without consciousness, the universe would be devoid of subjective experience, a silent movie without a soundtrack. Despite its elusive nature, studying consciousness is not just a philosophical endeavor, it has practical implications too. It can help us understand mental illnesses, improve artificial intelligence, and even shed light on the fundamental nature of reality. As we delve into the depths of consciousness, we encounter a fascinating philosophical perspective: Panpsychism. This ancient view, reborn in modern discourse, suggests a radical idea that consciousness in some form might not be exclusive to humans or even animals. Instead, it might be a fundamental aspect of the universe itself. Panpsychism, an intriguing perspective, suggests consciousness is not exclusive to humans or animals but is a fundamental aspect of reality. Panpsychism, a term derived from the Greek words pan meaning all, and psyche, meaning soul or mind, is a philosophical doctrine that asserts consciousness is a ubiquitous characteristic of the universe. This thought-provoking concept, steeped in antiquity, proposes that consciousness is as fundamental to existence as other aspects like mass or electrical charge. Historically, panpsychism has been embraced by a diverse array of thinkers, from the ancient philosopher Plato to the psychologist and philosopher William James, from the renowned logician and philosopher Bertrand Russell to the mathematical physicist Roger Penrose. Panpsychism has found resonance across the ages. Each of these luminaries, in their own way, has contributed to the rich tapestry of panpsychism, helping to shape and refine its tenets. At its core, panpsychism contends that consciousness is inherent in even the smallest particles of matter. This doesn't imply that every atom or electron has thoughts or feelings, but rather that they possess some primitive form of consciousness or proto-consciousness. This perspective paints a picture of a universe teeming with the potential for consciousness, where every bit of matter, from stars and galaxies to rocks and atoms, participates in the grand symphony of existence in its own unique way. Furthermore, panpsychism posits that consciousness does not miraculously emerge when matter arranges itself in the right way, such as in a brain. Instead, consciousness is always there, embedded in the very fabric of reality. It's not an exclusive club reserved for beings with complex brains, but a fundamental feature of the cosmos available to all forms of matter. So if panpsychism is right, consciousness is not a rare occurrence, but a ubiquitous part of the universe. This thought-provoking perspective invites us to reconsider our understanding of consciousness and challenges us to explore the deepest mysteries of existence. While panpsychism paints a broad picture, integrated information theory offers a more mathematical approach. This theory is a brainchild of the renowned neuroscientist Giulio Tononi and his team of collaborators. Integrated information theory, or IIT, as it's often called, brings the concept of consciousness into the realm of quantifiable science. IIT proposes that consciousness is a property of any system that has a high degree of information integration. To put it simply, any system that can store, process, and integrate large amounts of information has the potential for consciousness. This isn't limited to biological brains, but extends to any complex system, artificial or natural. IIT is based on two key concepts: differentiation and integration. Differentiation refers to the ability of a system to process and generate a vast variety of informational states. Integration, on the other hand, denotes the interconnectedness of these states within a single system. The theory suggests that the level of consciousness in a system is directly proportionate to the level of integrated information it can generate. An interesting aspect of IET is that it doesn't limit consciousness to living beings or even to traditionally intelligent systems. According to this theory, even non-living entities like computers or networks could potentially possess consciousness, provided they have a high degree of information integration. It even goes so far as to suggest that the universe itself, as a vast and complex system, could potentially be conscious. Of course, this isn't to say that your computer is conscious or that the universe is a giant brain, but it does open up a novel way of thinking about consciousness, extending it beyond the confines of the human brain. IET has its critics, as any groundbreaking theory does, but it also has a growing number of supporters within the scientific community. The theory presents a fascinating viewpoint that challenges our traditional understanding of consciousness, and it's a perspective that's worth exploring. According to IIT, consciousness could emerge in any complex system, which opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Despite the intriguing possibilities, these theories face significant challenges and criticisms. Diving into the depths of panpsychism, we find ourselves grappling with a paradox. If consciousness is inherent in even the smallest particles of matter, how do we reconcile this with our everyday experience of consciousness being a unique human phenomenon? The leap from a microparticle's potential for consciousness to the rich, complex consciousness we humans experience is a huge one, and critics argue that panpsychism fails to bridge this explanatory gap. Furthermore, the theory is often criticized for being untestable, as it's unclear how one could empirically detect or measure the consciousness of an electron or a quark. Turning our gaze towards the integrated information theory, we encounter similar difficulties. While the theory offers a mathematical approach to consciousness, it's criticized for its abstractness and lack of empirical grounding. Critics argue that IIT is more a philosophical theory than a scientific one, as it's challenging to experimentally validate. Moreover, although IIT proposes that consciousness could emerge in complex systems like computers or networks, it doesn't explain how this transition happens. What's the tipping point for a system to become conscious? How do we measure the degree of information integration necessary for consciousness to emerge? Both theories also face the challenge of explaining the relationship between consciousness and physical laws. If consciousness is fundamental to the universe, how does it interact with the physical world? What role does it play in the unfolding of physical events? Moreover, these theories can potentially lead to paradoxes and contradictions. For instance, if consciousness is a fundamental property of the universe, does it imply that the universe itself is conscious? This leads us to the controversial notion of cosmic consciousness, which is far from being widely accepted. While these theories are thought-provoking, they are not definitive or widely accepted. Beyond philosophy and science, consciousness also holds a significant place in religion and culture. Across the globe and throughout history, different cultures and religious traditions have developed unique perspectives on what consciousness is and how it operates. In many Eastern philosophies such as Hinduism and Buddhism, consciousness is often seen as a fundamental aspect of existence, intertwined with concepts such as karma, reincarnation, and enlightenment. These traditions often emphasize the cultivation of consciousness through meditation and other spiritual practices, aiming for a heightened state of awareness or even a transcendence of the ordinary, ego-bound consciousness. In contrast, many Western religious traditions, including Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, typically associate consciousness with the soul or spirit, which is believed to survive physical death and have a divine origin or destiny. These traditions often focus on moral and ethical aspects of consciousness, such as the conscience, free will, and personal responsibility. Secular views on consciousness, on the other hand, tend to be rooted in scientific and philosophical theories, such as those we've discussed earlier. These views often emphasize the complexity and mystery of consciousness, as well as its evolutionary and neurological basis. Then there are indigenous cultures, which often have a more holistic and integrated view of consciousness, seeing it as inseparable from nature and the cosmos. These cultures often regard consciousness as a universal or collective phenomenon rather than a strictly individual one. These varied perspectives not only enrich our understanding of consciousness, but also shape our attitudes and behaviors in profound ways. They inform our values, our ethics, our relationships, our sense of purpose and meaning, and even our notions of reality itself. While these views differ widely, they all underline the importance and mystery of consciousness. With all these perspectives, where are we headed in our understanding of consciousness? The future of consciousness studies is as fascinating as it is uncertain. As we continue to grapple with the complexities of consciousness, we can anticipate the emergence of new theories and perspectives. Some may challenge our current understanding, while others may provide us with a more comprehensive view of this profound aspect of existence. One promising area of research is in the realm of artificial intelligence. As we develop more sophisticated AI systems, the question of whether these systems could possess consciousness becomes increasingly relevant. Could an AI, given enough complexity and information integration, develop a form of consciousness? Some researchers are exploring this very question, and the implications are profound, not just for AI, but for our understanding of consciousness itself. In neuroscience, advancements in brain imaging and neurotechnology are providing us with unprecedented insights into the workings of the human brain. These developments could potentially unravel the intricate relationship between the brain and consciousness, and perhaps even uncover the precise mechanisms that give rise to our subjective experiences. Meanwhile, interdisciplinary approaches, combining insights from philosophy, cognitive science, and quantum physics, are helping us explore consciousness from a broader and more integrated perspective. This holistic approach might help us to better understand the nature of consciousness and its place in the universe. However, this journey is not without its challenges. Consciousness studies will continue to grapple with complex issues such as the hard problem of consciousness, the measurement problem, and the mystery of subjective experience. These challenges, while daunting, are also what make the field so exciting and profound. The exploration of consciousness, thus, stands at the forefront of human knowledge and inquiry. It is an adventure into the deepest aspects of existence, a journey into the very essence of what it means to be. As we continue to explore the depths of consciousness, who knows what fascinating revelations await us? So, could consciousness be fundamental to our universe? We've dived into various perspectives. We've pondered upon Panpsychism, the ancient philosophy suggesting consciousness as a pervasive aspect of reality. We've explored the integrated information theory, proposing consciousness as a property of complex, information-rich systems, not limited to the brain. We've also acknowledged the challenges these theories face and the open questions they struggle to answer. The relationship between consciousness and physical laws, the methods to measure and test consciousness, and the paradoxes that emerge all add layers of complexity to this already profound debate. We've recognized the role of consciousness in religion and culture, and how various beliefs shape our understanding of this enigma. And while we don't have a definitive answer yet, the journey of understanding consciousness is a fascinating exploration into the very nature of reality itself. Remember, every theory, every thought, every question brings us a step closer to unraveling this mystery.